Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, two-time junior middleweight world champion Jermell Charlo is under some criticism and in some hot water after recent footage surfaced of him drinking out of a Gatorade bottle after the 4th round, which is illegal. You should be drinking out of a clear water bottle throughout the boxing match against his highly anticipated rematch with Tony Harrison, who defeated him back in December of last year to receive the WBC belt. They went into the highly anticipated rematch, and Jermell Charlo won via knockout, via stoppage. But Tony Harrison came up with footage that shows Jermell Charlo clearly drinking out of a Gatorade bottle for a few rounds. After the first 4 rounds, he was drinking out of a regular water bottle. And then for a couple of rounds after, he was drinking out of a Gatorade bottle. Then he went back to drinking out of a clear water bottle. This is bad for Jermell Charlo's brand. This is bad. This is a black eye for his career, because nobody will truly know what was in the water bottle, regardless of what he says, regardless if he tells the world there was nothing but water in the bottle. Then the question is going to be raised and be asked, if there was only water in the water bottle, then why not just continue to drink from the regular water bottle, the clear water bottle he was drinking from, and you had many of those water bottles. And then to go and vacate that Gatorade bottle and go back to the water bottle after a few rounds is suspect. And it's going to be a dark cloud over his career, and this is always going to be a question for the rest of his career. This is always going to be in question. There hasn't been an appeal, from what I'm hearing, for this fight to be ruled a no contest and the WBC title be awarded back to Tony Harrison. If that is the case, this is a huge blow and setback for Jermell Charlo's career. He is in the hottest division in all of boxing, arguably. 154 pound, junior middleweight, if you want to call it junior middleweight. If you want to call it super welterweight, you can call it that. It's the 154 pound division. It's in between welterweight and middleweight. And with that said, we saw Rosario just defeat Julian J. Rock Williams after Julian J. Rock Williams defeated Swift Jarrett Hurd. Tony Harrison upset Jermell Charlo. Everything was going good. Jermell Charlo defeated Erickson Lubin. Erickson Lubin has been on a campaign and coming back and making a name for himself. And you have the world at your fingertips. And for this to arise, and I'm not saying that he's guilty, because I don't know if he's guilty. Who am I? Right? I can't tell you what was in the water bottle. I'm just telling you that it just looks bad. And it's a cloud, because regardless of how he tells the world and preaches to the world there was only water in the water bottle, no one will ever know. And that's where the disappointment in this entire situation comes in to play. Because it's just a unnecessary setback, unnecessary chain of events, unnecessary event in itself, unnecessary action, if you're clean. I mean, there is no excuse to go rounds 1 through 4 drinking out of a clear water bottle, switching to a Gatorade bottle, and then switching back to a clear water bottle a few rounds later Makes no sense. So there's going to be people that doesn't like Jermell Charlo, don't like Jermell Charlo. These days, you are guilty till proven innocent. It used to be innocent till proven guilty, not anymore. And I know he haven't failed any tests, but the facts remain is we just don't know what was in the water bottle to be tested for. And that's where the problem lies. Because there will never be a true resolution to this situation. Now we know Tony Harrison, he came out, he stated that he felt like he should have won the fight either which way. But of course Tony Harrison is going to feel like he was at an unfair disadvantage when he sees this. And then he shows how they huddled around and tried to hide it and so on and so forth. And then he goes on to say he felt like he was fatigued and then he regained energy. The only people that know that is Tony Harrison and Jermell Charlo. So if Tony Harrison is telling the truth about him feeling like Jermell Charlo was fading, and then he found the second win, third win, fourth win, whatever he felt like he regathered himself with, only him and Jermell Charlo is going to know this. And only Jermell Charlo and his team is going to know what was in the water bottle. So the question is always going to hang over his head. And it's unfortunate. It's truly unfortunate. Because when you have polarizing figures like Jermell and Jermell Charlo, and so many people that have disdain towards them and feel disdain towards them, this just gives them the much needed ammunition to continue to push an agenda against them. I mean, the sport of boxing is already dangerous in itself. You don't play boxing. You risk your life every time you step through that ropes for our entertainment and for their wealth. But everybody wants them to step out with their health. Health is wealth. Wealth don't mean nothing without your health. Health is wealth. And so, with so many lost fighters this past year, 3 in the ring, this is unfortunate. It's truly unfortunate. And it's going to be looked at in the same light as illegal hand wraps. It's going to be looked at in the same light as PED use. Unfortunately, he's going to be guilty until proven innocent. And unfortunately, it's nearly impossible for him to prove that he was innocent. Great career, great talent. I love his energy for the sport. That's just my opinion. That's just my flavor. I love his style of boxing. That's just my opinion. That's just my flavor. I also love Tony Harrison's style and Tony Harrison, what he brings to the table, what he brings to the sport. Great fight. We had 2 great fights. And it didn't need to end this way. This need not to be the resolution. Or maybe we could get a trilogy match after all of this. But let's just say that there was just water in that water bottle. Jermell Charlo, because of that situation, is going to have to prove all over again that he can beat Tony Harrison. Fair and square. And this is the sport of boxing. Nothing is guaranteed. Let's just say he don't win. Everybody's going to point to this situation and say he had an unfair advantage. He couldn't knock him out the first time. He had an unfair advantage in the second fight, and then he lost the third fight. If the boxing commission, California State Boxing Commission, chooses to rule this a no contest and give Tony Harrison back his belts, Tony Harrison's pride, Tony Harrison's will, Tony Harrison's competitive nature is going to call for him to give Jermell Charlo another fight. That's just who Tony Harrison is. And he was having much success in that second fight. And let's just say he wins the third fight. It will validate everything he's been saying, and it will validate everything that anybody that had anything against Jermell and Jermell Charlo had to say. And it's unfortunate. But let's see how this all plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Hey, this is Jasmine. Thank you for watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, soy Jasmine. Gracias por ver Sangre Azul Deportes TV. Gracias.